Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Brain Blitz Audios. In today's episode of NEET Preparation, we'll be starting off with previous year questions of biology in medical entrance examinations in India. We'll be looking at the chapter Mineral Nutrition. This is the 12th chapter in the grade 11 syllabus for CBSE. Now, this chapter is very short and only very few questions are asked out of it. So let's look at these questions one by one, shall we? Here's the first question. Leghaemoglobin helps in A. Nitrogen fixation, B. Protecting nitrogenase from O2, C. Destroys bacteria, D. Transport of food in plants. So, in order to understand this question, we need to find out what leghemoglobin does. And basically, it is a type of hemoglobin. So basically absorbs oxygen. Having said that, let's look at the following options. Option D, transport of food in plants. That is taken by the vascular tissue, and this leghemoglobin doesn't occur in vascular tissue. These are found in root nodules, and that too of leguminous plants. So option D is incorrect. Option C, destroys bacteria. It is the work of the immune system, which does not have leghemoglobin. So option C is incorrect. What about option A, nitrogen fixation? Leghemoglobin by itself does not help in nitrogen fixation. That is done by the rhizobium bacteria or other microorganisms such as Nostoc and Anabaena in plants. These are present in the roots, the root nodules. So option A is also considered incorrect. The right answer is option B, protecting nitrogenase from O2. So as we said, leghemoglobin absorbs O2. So and since in the roots the nitrogenase enzyme breaks down in the presence of oxygen, so this saves the nitrogenase enzyme by absorbing the oxygen. And that's why leghemoglobin helps in protecting nitrogenase from oxygen. Option B is the right option. Next question. Which of the following is the correct set of micronutrients for plants? Now, nutrients in plants are divided into macronutrients and micronutrients. Now, the macronutrients can be easily remembered using a mnemonic. Let's look at this mnemonic. Chopkins, or wait, we can write it as C. Hopkins. So C. Hopkins coming. So C stands for carbon, H stands for hydrogen, O stands for oxygen, P stands for phosphorus, K stands for potassium, and the I doesn't stand for anything. That's why it's written in small letters. N stands for nitrogen, S stands for sulfur, Ca stands for calcium, and Mg stands for magnesium. So that's how you remember it. C. Hopkins coming. So that is the mnemonic for macronutrients, according to the NCERT. So in order to find out which of these is the correct set of micronutrients, we need to find out which of these does not contain the list of macronutrients we have in the mnemonic. So let's look at the first option, MgSiFeCuCa. Now here we find the presence of Mg and Ca. So these are macronutrients. So this is not the correct set. Option A is incorrect. What about option D? Molybdenum, zinc, chlorine, again, magnesium and calcium. That makes it incorrect. Option C, magnesium, iron, zinc, boron, and manganese. The presence of magnesium makes this set incorrect. The right answer is option B, Cu, Fe, Zn, B, and magnesium. Manganese. Sorry, this is manganese, not magnesium. So all of these contain micronutrients, and none of these have the list of elements that we just mentioned, which are macronutrients. And that makes option B the correct option. Next question. In glycolysis, glucose molecule is converted into PEP, RUBP, acetyl CoA, and pyruvic acid. Glycolysis is the conversion of glucose, which is a 6-carbon compound, into pyruvate, which is a 3-carbon compound. And this pyruvate is the same thing as pyruvic acid. It's just two names for the same component. And that makes pyruvic acid the right option. So in glycolysis, the glucose molecule is converted into pyruvic acid because of partial oxidation. PEP, RUBP, and acetyl CoA are other components of respiration when the food is broken down. So the right answer is option D, pyruvic acid. And now let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following elements is not an essential micronutrient for plant growth? We need to find out which of these goes into the mnemonic C. Hopkins. C. Hopkins coming. So over here, this is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, potassium, nitrogen, sulfur, calcium, and magnesium. Over here, copper, which is option D, does not come in this mnemonic. So it is incorrect. Option C is zinc, and it's not present in this mnemonic, so it's a micronutrient. Manganese is also not present here. The one that's present here is magnesium, Mg. So that makes manganese, option B, incorrect. The right answer is option A, calcium. It's coming in the second part of the mnemonic. This is calcium. So option A, calcium, is the element which is not an essential micronutrient for plant growth in the following set. Next question. Which element plays an important role in nitrogen fixation? So, nitrogen fixation. Let's find out the functions of the following elements. Option D, copper. Now, copper helps in photosynthesis, respiration, but most importantly, it helps in metabolism. So this is present in catalytic reactions. So option D is incorrect. What about option C, zinc? Zinc has a specific function. It helps in the formation of the pigment chlorophyll, and chlorophyll is important for photosynthesis. So option C is also incorrect. What about option A, manganese? Manganese again has a specific function. It is present in the photosystem 2 of plant photosynthesis, and in that manganese helps in the splitting of water. So therefore option A is incorrect. The right answer is option B, molybdenum. So molybdenum is found in the roots of legumes, and the roots of legumes is where nitrogen fixation occurs. Now let's look at the next question. Match column 1 and column 2 and choose the correct option given below the columns. Column 1 contains elements calcium, boron, phosphorus, chlorine, and manganese as options A, B, C, D, and E, respectively. Column 2 contains the functions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, respectively. We need to find which of these is matched, and we have the following options. Now, over here in Match the Following, it's very, very important in order to find out the easiest option for you. And so for me, the easiest option that I can find is essential for constitution of nucleic acid. So nucleic acids are a polymer of nucleotide, and this nucleotide is made up of a pentose sugar and a phosphate and a nitrogenase base. So since we have a phosphate bond here, that means phosphorus is essential for the constitution of a nucleic acid. C binds with 2. And let's look at our options. The only place where C is bound with 2 is option D. So that makes option D the correct answer. In the other options, C is binded to other parts of column 2, so that makes them incorrect. Let's find out the others just for the sake of consistency. So calcium required for synthesis of mitotic spindle, that is true. And option B here states that it is matched to the third one, D is to the first one, E is to the fourth one. Now B, that's boron, which is required for the absorption of calcium, that's correct. And chlorine, required for ionic balance, which is correct. And manganese, which is required to activate the respiratory enzyme, that is also correct. So that makes option D the right option. And we found that out by just a simple match. One match of C with 2 gave us the complete answer. Let's look at this question. Which of the following is an incorrect match of an essential element and its function? Now, we have manganese as structural component of chlorophyll, B, calcium as component of middle lamella, C, zinc as an enzyme activator, and D, iron as a component of ferredoxin. So let's look at these matchups and find out which of these are incorrect in order to get our right answer. Again, point of fact, the question is asking for the incorrect match. Iron is given as component of ferredoxin. Anything that starts with ferra means that it has the component Fe, which is the symbol of iron. So ferredoxin must have iron as one of its components. So option D is true, which makes it incorrect. Now, zinc is an enzyme activator. Chlorophyll has a number of enzymes inside it, and zinc, which is present in chlorophyll, acts as an enzyme activator. So option C is true, which makes it incorrect once again. Now the incorrect here is referring to the answer, the right answer. And the right answer here has to be the incorrect match. Now, option B, calcium, component of the middle lamella. The middle lamella in most plants is made out of pectin, and this pectin is made of calcium. And therefore, option B is also true, which makes it incorrect. The right answer is option A, manganese, which is given as structural component of chlorophyll. Manganese is found in photosystem 2, and that results in the splitting of water. It has nothing to do with chlorophyll. Our final question. Which of the following is the mismatched pair? Again, we have to find out which of these is incorrect. Now here we're given mineral elements and the form that is absorbed by the plant. Option A, nitrogen. Now nitrogen cannot be absorbed as it is by plants in its atmospherical form, that's N2. So in the presence of rhizobium, nitrogen is converted to nitrates. So therefore option A is correct, which means it's matched correctly. That makes the option incorrect. We have to find the mismatched pair. Option B, phosphorus. Now H2PO4 is the ionic form of phosphoric acid. And this phosphoric acid is the form that is absorbed by the plant. So option B is also true, which makes it incorrect. Iron is absorbed as it is, Fe3+. Again, this is a micronutrient. So option D is true, which makes the option incorrect. The right answer is option C, sulfur. It is the mismatched pair because H2SO4 is not the form. Sulfur is formed in sulfate ions and not exactly as H2SO4. When you pour H2SO4, it becomes fatal to the plants instead of being benefited. So sulfur ions in other components are used, such as MgSO4 or CaSO4, but not H2SO4 because this is deadly sulfuric acid. And that concludes this episode of NEET preparation. Now, we have made lots of videos on NEET preparation. We cannot solve them all in one single video. So I've provided the link for the playlist in the description down below. Please don't forget to click on that link and watch those videos as well. And if you want to access more of our useful videos, then please follow the lesson method, like, share, subscribe to Brain Blitz Audios, and click that notifications button down below. So until the next episode, take care, stay safe, bye-bye for now.